Careers are never as straightforward as you think they are. We are told that we'll go to the university, we'll get a degree, we'll get a job, we'll find a passion, we'll get a promotion, and we will live happily ever after. But no, the truth is far from it. I have made plenty of mistakes in my career, and all the mistakes that I've made has grown me into an individual, a more kinder human being, and has also told me that careers are never a straightforward line. My entire career has been more of a hit and a trial. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes I have made in my career, what I've learned, and how you can avoid them. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Divya Kataria. I'm an employability coach, resume coach, and an interview coach with over 125,000 followers on Instagram. I help people gain career clarity. I help them make these amazing resumes, prepare for interviews so that they can land their dream job. Number 1, not starting my volunteering journey soon enough. I came to New Zealand to study my Bachelor's of Engineering degree, and for the first 2 years of my degree, my biggest priority was my academics. I devoted my entire time studying, submitting assignments, doing those reports, and making sure that I got to the top of my class, which was one of the biggest mistakes I made. I was literally so afraid of being left behind and disappointing my parents that I really didn't focus on the bigger picture. Moving to a new country is difficult and comes with its own unique challenges. I was spending so much time focusing on my academics that I really didn't start volunteering until my 3rd year, which led me to have a slow start in my career. Believe it or not, volunteering is equivalent to an internship or a paid work experience, which I didn't know until my 3rd year. So, volunteering with your local hospice shop or your student association can help you build those soft skills that the recruiters are looking for, such as leadership, collaboration, relationship building, and so much more. Volunteering can also help you get references in the country if you are an international student, and can also help you network and build those relationships in the community. And let's not forget, it looks epic on your CV. So to avoid one of my biggest mistakes, what you can do as a university student, international student, or even a working professional is to look for local organizations online and send them your CV and a wholesome email telling them how you can contribute to their team. You can even pause this video, and I'm going to put an email template on the screen so you can copy one of my templates so that you can get started on your volunteering journey ASAP. Number 2, not having a mentor in the industry. This is by far the biggest mistake we make as university students, immigrants, international students, and even working professionals. 90% of the university students and international students don't really focus on getting a mentor in the industry, which usually lead them to choosing the wrong career paths, taking too long to get a job, and also not having a clarity of which area of industry they want to go in when they graduate. And believe me, I was one of them. I never really had a mentor in the industry, which is why I ended up choosing the first job offer I got as a graduate site engineer with CPB Contractors. The company was great, the pay was great, the location was great, the project was one of the biggest projects in New Zealand, but I was unhappy because I chose a career that was not in alignment with my strengths and where I want to be in the future. Even to this very day, this is one of my biggest regrets. I wish I approached somebody in the industry to be my mentor when I was in my final year of university or my 1st or 2nd year of university, so that I could ask them questions on where a degree in civil engineering or construction engineering can lead me. The biggest problem is that we as students have limited exposure to what exactly is going on in the industry, and we are often very disconnected from what career paths we can choose and where our degree can lead us. And let's be honest that the universities don't really do a good job in helping us understand where our degree can lead us and what career pathway we should follow. So as a young 21-year-old straight out of university, I thought that my degree in construction engineering will lead me to only being a site engineer, and I'll be happy being a site engineer because I'll be leading these big projects and earning lots of money. But the reality is I was really unhappy in my graduate role. I'm going to put an email template on the screen right now so you can copy it and approach somebody in the industry to be your mentor so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. So let's understand, what is a mentor? A mentor is a professional in your industry with maybe 5, 10, or 15 years of experience under their belt, someone you could catch up maybe once a month or once in 3 months to understand what they do in their work, what different avenues of career pathways you could take, what are the industry trends, where is the industry heading, and also run some important career decisions by. Believe it or not, I have more than one mentor in the industry, including my current manager, who is awesome. Number 3, not approaching a career coach to understand my strengths and find the right career pathway. If you already follow me on Instagram, you know that my journey as an international student has been a rocky one. Being a fresh graduate from high school, 17-year-old naive me, I decided to pursue my Bachelor's of Arts in Architecture in Lithuania, of all countries. I jumped on this decision with zero research out of pure desperation, not knowing exactly what entails to be an architect and what skills I need and what skills I lack and what are my weaknesses. The entire experience was an eye-opener for me because I ended up spending thousands of euros on my international student education, doing a degree that I did not feel passionate about, that I felt that I did not belong there. I stayed in my degree for 1.5 years. I even failed a couple of papers. No matter how hard I tried, I never found architecture as my passion. It was more of a hobby. I loved studying about buildings, about history. However, when it came to maybe drawing a straight line, I was not good at it. So for those 2 years, I really struggled with depression, anxiety, having panic attacks because I felt that I was disappointing my parents, my family, my friends back home because a lot of money and time was on the line. Number 4, not listening to my gut feeling. Okay, this is a big one. I understand that as human beings, we don't really like to admit that we made a mistake or we went wrong somewhere. But I feel that it is really important to encourage those conversations to normalize making mistakes, especially when it comes to your career. When I graduated with my honors degree in New Zealand, I made the biggest mistake of saying yes to the very first job that came across on the table. And that was purely driven by the fear of missing out because all my friends were getting jobs. I also was desperate because I was on a work visa and it had an expiration date. And also I felt that this is the best I can do. I'm not good enough. So by not listening to my gut, saying no to other job offers, not researching different opportunities, and saying yes to the very first grad role I got as a site engineer with CPB contractors, I ended up falling into depression, developing major anxiety, impacting my mental health because I was just too afraid and scared to take a step. I understand that gut feeling is something you develop as you mature, as you have more experiences in life, and as you develop that positive relationship with yourself. However, I feel that if you don't have a gut feeling or you feel that you don't really know where you should go, researching different career pathways, talking to people in the industry, having mentors can help you make a conscious decision when it comes to your career. One of the biggest advice I can give you today is when you go into an interview, ask them questions about what day-to-day responsibilities would look like. Ask them questions about where a career in this role can take you. Ask them questions about what kind of projects you'll be dealing with. Ask them questions about your deliverables. What kind of work do they do? Do they work on weekdays, weekends, night shifts? Ask all those questions so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Mistake number 5, and this is one of the biggest mistakes I make, and everybody makes this: following others and comparing yourself to others. As a university student in my final year, I made the mistake of following what my friends were doing. So all my friends were applying for jobs as site engineers, or majority of them with construction companies, And I decided to do the same. I never really researched about alternative pathways. I never really looked for other companies in the industry. And I just basically followed the trend like a sheep. So if our university told us, hey, XYZ company is opening their grad programs and maybe 400 of my engineering colleagues are applying, I also applied for those roles. And I never really looked for more options. So, what ended up happening was I started my career as a graduate site engineer with one of the biggest construction contractors in Australasia in one of the biggest projects in New Zealand, but I was unhappy. I feared going to work. I did not enjoy what I was doing, and I felt utterly useless and hopeless. When I used to talk to my friends and catch up with them over dinners, they would talk about and rave about how exciting their career is, how amazing they feel, and how many opportunities they're getting. And I would be sitting there feeling that, why is it not happening to me? What is wrong with me that I did the exact same degree, I got the exact same grades, I landed in the exact same tier 1 company, but I don't feel happy and they felt happy. So I thought that the mistake was in me, that I'm not enjoying this role when everybody else who was on the same boat as me was doing so. And that is where I started comparing myself. And that is where a lot of anxiety and a lot of self-loath and a lot of negative self-talk kicked in. Believe me, it took me a long time to stop comparing myself to others, to stop comparing my journey to what my friends are posting on their LinkedIn, to stop comparing my career pathways to others on LinkedIn and other friends of mine. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video was extremely close to my heart. And I wanted to share this video with all of you guys to talk about career mistakes I made so that you can avoid them and also normalize making mistakes. Careers are never straightforward. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified every time I post a video. And check out this video where I tell you 5 reasons I chose New Zealand to study as an international student and settle in.